Reality show The Bradshaw Bunch provides fans with insights into NFL legend Terry Bradshaw's life on his stunning 800-acre ranch alongside his fourth wife Tammy and their three daughters, Rachel, Erin, and Lacey. But just what is there to know about his girls? Rachel is the eldest Bradshaw daughter from Terry's marriage to Charla Hopkins. A singer who previously appeared on the short-lived reality show Nashville, Rachel has an NFL connection other than her father. She was married to Tennessee Titans star Rob Baronis. The couple married back in 2014, but he died just 3 months later in a car accident. Rachel admitted to the New York Post that she wasn't sure she wanted to discuss the tragedy on the show, but she ended up changing her mind. She told a reporter, "This is my life, and everyone that's close to me knows my struggles with my journey the past 6 years, and so of course I'm going to talk about it. I wouldn't have done that, though, if it wasn't with my family and my dad there." Even when poor Rachel Bradshaw seemed convinced Dustin Hughes was the one, her family was uncertain. E! News reported that Lacey worried her sister was moving too fast, particularly after the death of her late husband. Meanwhile, Erin and Scott confided in Terry that Dustin seemed more interested in the NFL legend than he was in his daughter, and he didn't put in much effort with the rest of them. At a family barbecue, Dustin put everybody off with his weird attitude and his refusal to help with anything.
"She's crazy about this guy. I see more of her running to him than him running to her."
At the time, Rachel's father reassured her that she hadn't wasted her time with Dustin. But once they were officially done, he let loose on her ex. E! News noted that, upon learning Dustin cheated on his daughter and got somebody else pregnant in the process, the retired athlete described him as, among other things, a quote, weasel.
"I can't believe that little weasel went off and got some chick pregnant."
In the end, Terry used it as an example of how his gut can always be trusted, exclaiming,
"There's a reason I don't let this clown inside my circle."
Terry Bradshaw may be an NFL icon, but he finds regular ways to bond with all of his daughters, whether it's through their mutual love of horses, sports, or in Rachel's case, music. In an interview with Distractify, Rachel revealed that her father, who enjoyed a headline-grabbing stint on The Masked Singer, always encouraged her to sing as a child. The duo even collaborated on a Christmas song, much to Rachel's delight. In fact, right before the Bradshaw Bunch's debut, she was living in Nashville, pursuing a career in music. The budding musician was taking a break from her passion when the show came around, but when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, Rachel found herself newly invigorated. Trapped at home with nothing to do, Rachel realized, "My old outlet would be to go to my piano, so that's what I did. I just started writing a record and I was like, what am I doing right now?" Her single Wild Horse dropped October 8, 2020, with an EP following in December. She listed her influences as the Lumineers, Coldplay, and Lana Del Rey. Season 1 found Rachel Bradshaw hurting after breaking up with boyfriend Dustin Hughes. As Distractify noted, Rachel was so infatuated with Dustin, she began trying on wedding dresses before he'd even proposed to her, memorably saying,
"I know I'm jumping the gun a little, but Dustin and I are gonna be together forever, and that's what we talk about. So why not buy the dress first? I'm non-traditional."
Another episode of The Bradshaw Bunch showcased how Rachel's sisters and father were trying to set her up, however. While Rachel was visiting a Marine Corps base, a young man expressed an interest in her, and Terry Bradshaw gave him his blessing to ask her out. It was then up to Terry Bradshaw's daughters Erin and Lacey to figure out the coolest way to respond to his eager text messages, with Rachel admitting,
I don't know how to flirt, I don't know what to say. Hey, nice shoes, I don't know.
Erin Bradshaw is the youngest Bradshaw daughter, a competitive horse riding enthusiast who's been married to Scott Weiss since 2017. Weiss owns Scott Weiss Horses, a company that produces foals and trains them to be championship horses. The couple shares a dog named Chuck and a horse named John Simon, a reserve world champion who frequently pops up on Erin's Instagram. Scott is actually also a champion equestrian in his own right, with Erin proudly celebrating his victories writing after a show. "Congratulations to my handsome husband and Elicious on their reserve championship in the Open Maturity Sweepstakes at the APHA World Show. You and Eli looked fantastic. Love you." As the Cinemaholic noted, the happy couple is so dedicated to horses, they got married at the Milestone Barn in Aubrey, Texas, with a lavish reception attended by plenty of big names from the equestrian industry. In an interview with E! News, Erin talked about her father, explaining that growing up, she never saw him as anybody but dad. Still, she also completely understands why he's so beloved by his fans. She said, His personality is, to the moon and back. I don't think you can be around a more vibrant, positive person with just such a big love for life. Lacey Luttrell fits right in with the rest of the blonde-hair Bradshaws, but she's actually Terry Bradshaw's stepdaughter. Tammy had Lacey with ex-husband David Luttrell. However, she's 100% a part of the family and has been since 1999 when her mother first began seeing the NFL icon, according to the Cinemaholic. Lacey married the love of her life, private chef Noah Fox Hester, in 2016. She has a daughter, Zuri, from a previous relationship, and she and Noah had their first child together, Jeb, in 2017. Lacey sees her famous stepfather as a fountain of wisdom, telling E! News he's, quote, extremely wise. She said that she and her sisters go to him for advice, but she also confirmed that at home, quote, he's just Terry. Lacey's daughter Zuri is the true breakout star of the Bradshaw bunch. Memorably, after her grandfather was asked to host a monster truck race, Zuri told producers,
I don't know what the big deal about Poppy is. I mean, I'm a lot cuter.
Rachel said in an interview with Distractify that she isn't surprised audiences have fallen in love with the little girl, especially because her connection with Terry, or Poppy, is so strong and evident. She told the outlet, she's such a cute little girl and she has such a fun bond with my dad.
We could replace her chocolate ice cream with refried beans.
That would be funny.
Apparently, neither Zuri nor any of the other youngsters had any issue with the show's cameras either. As Rachel advised, though, I'm not really surprised that the kids were super comfortable in front of the cameras. When you're a little kid, you don't really know how big of a deal that is. With regards to Zuri in particular, her aunt sees big things in her future, describing her as, quote, a little show stealer. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite reality shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.